we have another video. We want you to be careful if you're driving in the car, and if you're at home, we want you to relax. This one is for the ladies. Getting a lot of calls, and this is some things that I've been through myself. We want to talk about sabotage and runners. We have our sisters very well educated. She's getting the 6 figures. She's honing those skills to be able to take care of herself and her children. But we're missing one thing. It's absent of knowing what to do with the man when he comes. So it's slightly imbalanced. This is not all sisters. This is not all educated women. This is not all successful women. This is just some. And these are experiences that I have often myself when, dating as a single man, as well as hidden brothers that give me a call when we're taking the research. We have a piece. It's called the 10-Man Challenge. The 10-Man Challenge is an excerpt that I do for the Clipperdome Chronicles, is where we'll have 10 men like in a U shape. So in this U shape, we have the 10 men and they have cards. So when they have these cards, they have the woman in the middle of the room, and I'll ask questions in the back, and I'll have somebody taking data, keeping score on how the men are scoring her response. I'm going to ask her a question, and she responds as if she's in a relationship situation. So the men, they're different age groups from 25, say, to 55. These are different professional and blue-collar men. So that she can see when she's in different situations, the man may score differently. And at the end, she gets to ask him or them, why did you score the way that you did? So when they hold up the card, she just sees the blank surface. But the person in the back that's compilating the scores, they get to take down that data so we can turn that into statistics for the research. So in doing that, the woman is answering the questions to the best of her ability. Hopefully, she's being as truthful and honest as possible. But with that 10-man challenge, at the end, we get to give her a score and show her how well she fares in a relationship. So then the guys can give her feedback on where she needs to strengthen herself or where she is strong. So then we can take her strong points and we can enhance those. And then we can balance her out. And then we can take her weaknesses and give her some more tools and skills to deal with those situations. So the 10-man challenge gives us a synopsis, if you will, to be able to take the temperature and the blood of the young lady, do an x-ray to kind of see where she is in the relationship, so we can get more specific, so we can do some things that's going to give her help to get the resources and the tools to navigate the relationships. So we want to start off with first the runners. And again, this is not all of the women. This is just some of them. Some of the women, in the research that we've gathered, they'll get their degrees, and then they'll go on to get their master's degree, the graduate degree, and then they'll go on to get the PhD. Now, some women, they do this. They avoid relationships. So when we say running, they are running from the real situation of being in a relationship, because you cannot fail if you do not try. So when she's engaging herself in these years of post-college with these graduate degrees, she's going to try to do things to enhance and better her life and give her the career that she wants to build her future. But in this, like the 24-hour life cycle, where she's spending that time is going to be very important, because where you spend your time is where you hone your skills, and that's going to be your skill set. So now when she's doing the graduate degrees and after her bachelor's, that extra 5 to 10 years, depending on her field of study, is going to put her in a position where her age, she's going to be a little more older, probably out of her 20s. And then she'll get engaged in a relationship, and that man comes up to her, say the 666 man, 6 feet tall, 6-pack with a 6-figure income. He meets her list. Everything on her checklist, he meets all of her requirements. So when he meets all of those requirements, what's going to end up happening is now is real. Now she's got the graduate degree, she's got the career, she's making the money. Now it's time to build the family. Now it's time to use the skills that she's honed. Now she has to engage in this relationship with this man. We have the laundry list of what the man is supposed to do. He is the 666, which could be her devil. He is 6 feet tall. He does have a 6-figure income, and he does have the 6-pack. So now the problem with that is now it might be too good to be true. I have personally dated and experienced women who have said that it was too good to be true. and they ended up running from the situation. Some women run from dealing with the real relationship through education. This is the research that we gathered from women. This is coming from my sisters. This is coming from the hair salon. This is coming from the street. This is coming from the Walmart. This is coming from the studies that we've done over the last 10 years. This is what some of them do. So now when she meets this ideal man in the bar, in the lounge, or at the jazz club, at the church, at the, the party, the barbecue, the family functions, when she meets this guy, if she feels as if this is a situation that she cannot engage in and be successful because she's honed her skills in her 24-hour life cycle with education. So of course that's going to encompass and take up most of her time because she probably didn't spend a lot of time dating in serious relationships. And again, this is some women. So that's one way they begin to try and run throughout the course of relationships as she meets guys, throughout her dating years. Another example of running is women who set up unrealistic expectations up front. So I personally have had one young lady, she told me she needed 21 days in advance, 3 weeks before she went out on a date. So now you know that's not realistic. No real man, no mature man is going to wait 21 days to go on a date with a young lady. So this was another way of her running from the situation. Usually when they're running, it's because of their insecurities, their inhibitions, their shortcomings, the insecurities that she has on the inside. It manifests itself on the outside when she meets this man or the young man. Another way that they'll run is a lot of times they'll get into a relationship and they'll play a lot of games. They'll play phone tag. She'll give you her work number and you can call her at work, and then they may have a secretary or someone who's screening the calls and you can never get through, but she likes the attention. So they'll say, hey, Brian called again, or Philip called again, or Brad called again. So as he's calling, she's getting the attention, but she's not engaging. Okay, so she's running that way. So we have the runners, and now we're going to get to the ones that sabotage. Usually sabotagers actually get in the relationship. They're actually in the first month or the first 3 to 4 years. And in this time, they do things to test the man and try to push him to his limits to make him run away. They usually have this man in their life that met their entire list. They went down the checklist. This man is everything she was looking for. It could be her 666. He can have everything that she is looking for. But in the interim, during the relationship, she does things to try to push him away. Because now she has to know that she has everything on her checklist. He has the money, he has the maturity, he has the job, he has the background, he got the friends, he's in the social circles. So now she's required to do something. But because we teach our sisters to make this long laundry list with all these pages and pages in this book of what the man is supposed to do, in this society we know that the man should protect and provide. The man should open her door. The man should treat her kindly. The man should take her out. And if she's with her girlfriends or her sister or mother, he should pay for the meal. He's supposed to come in and fix things in the house. If he's not fixing it, he should pay the carpenter. He should pay the guy to come cut the grass. When her car breaks down, he's supposed to take it to the shop. All of these laundry lists of things that the man is supposed to do. Even if I'm at the mall, I don't know the young lady. If I see somebody assaulting her and she could be pushing a stroller getting in the car, on site, the man is expected to go and try to and help the young lady with this guy trying to assault or assail her. So that him being the assailant, him doing something wrong to her, a man that doesn't even know the woman is expected to go over and help the woman. If the woman has a flat tire and it's raining, they're expecting for a man to pull over and help assist her change this tire. This man does not know this woman. We're talking about the things, the expectations that's put on a man when he doesn't even know the woman. So in the sabotage, after she meets the man and she's engaged in the relationship, a lot of times up front, she may in the first 2 or 3 months be very unrealistic. She may be very demanding on things that she knows doesn't make sense to try to push the man away. Because of her insecurities, her inhibitions, her trauma, her trigger, these are the things that she's doing to push the man away. The sabotage happens way more often than we know. I have a group of women sitting down and we're doing some research, and they'll say that one of their friends specifically does it all the time. Now they know in their circles that they're doing it, but most often they don't know why they're doing it. Because the woman is supposed to be strong because she has a degree. She's supposed to be virtuous because she goes to church and she's spiritually sound. She's supposed to be beautiful. She's supposed to be intelligent. So being all these things, how can you fail when you have all these tools and you have all these things going for you? So in the sabotaging process, she has the surface, the superficial things, but at the core are her insecurities, inhibitions, insecurities, and triggers and trauma. So now with that being said, when she starts pushing the man away, it's going to be unrealistic, and she may not even know that she's doing it. But a lot of her girlfriends will tell her, this is a great guy. Excuse me. And this great guy that you have in your life, you can actually destroy and tear down each and every relationship, and it's just sabotage. So now what that does to the man or the brother, he's very confused. Because now the man is trying to figure out, or the brother is saying, well, I'm taking her flowers. I'm going to the job. I'm taking her to lunch. Hey, we going out to nice restaurants. I'm not talking about sex. I'm just treating her good. I'm treating her nice like a lady. And then she's steadily pushing him away. That's the sabotage piece. So a runner and a sabotage could look the same, but they are different. But they run parallel, and they could look very much the same. But usually a runner is one that does not engage in the relationship. She never links up. But the one that will link up, she is going to be the one to sabotage. So it would take another mature woman or some mature sisters in the circle to help her understand that she's doing that, because it doesn't make sense and she's confusing the man. So over the last 30 years being in the barbershop, I've had a lot of good brothers in the shop, six-figure brothers. They in shape, they in the gym, and they come with their trials and tribulations, triggers and traumas, they damaged, and they got their insecurities as well. But the ones that I knew personally, okay, these brothers were usually having a hard time having a woman in their life and having a healthy, viable situation. It was usually filled with drama because she could be sabotaging, because in the beginning she was running. So then if he finally did get the opportunity to get in there and settle it down to where they can get communication and get in a relationship, then she switched to sabotaging. So now it's this constant flow of drama every time and every step and every phase of the relationship because of these two main variables, when you're running or you're sabotaging. So when the brothers are engaged in this, this might be for the brothers who don't know this exists and how specific this is. It's not you. Because in the 30 years, after I held the forums, I asked the ladies to come to the barbershop. Out of the 20 ladies that I could have at the forum and the 15 brothers that I had, they're speaking to the ladies in the forum, none of the women came to the barbershop. Maybe 3 out of the total of the last 10 years have come to the barbershop to try to meet somebody and use the tools and the skills. Now, is this running or is this sabotage? I had a group of professionals. They knew me. They could trust what I was saying. They liked the information. They were enjoying the forums. But they would not come to the place. When they say, DJ, where can I meet them? I say, come to my barbershop. And only 3 women came out of the last 10 years. So now, is that running or is it sabotage? So this is what we need to look into. I don't know specifically which one it is, but this is something that we really need to look into. So we want you to take this. We want you to test this and try this. We want you to take it to the barbershop or take it to the hair salon. We want you to take it to the job or take it to the church. We want you to like, comment, or subscribe. Again, this is the Clipperdome Chronicles. Thank you.